What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
And this is not
Not
another damn
the damn
podcast
radio.
presented by our
Our
damn
damn selves.
320 kid.
20. Yes, yes, yes,
320.
yes.
Yeah. How you doing? What's good?
I'm here. No, it's just been a busy weekend. It's just been big, but good busy. Good busy. I had the opportunity to do a private screening of a documentary called
Mm.
On Board, and it was really good. So
Mm.
it basically was about Black women who sit on corporate boards of
Okay.
these big corporate companies and just showing that whole process.
Sounds fascinating.
Yeah, so uh, they have been entered into a festival that's going to be in Atlanta next month. So if you're in the Atlanta area, try to get your tickets to go see that for the private screen. And then once they become available elsewhere, like I hope everybody does, have the opportunity to watch it because it was very good. I enjoyed it a lot.
I had a
Mhm.
very interesting week as well. I was a pet parent for a week. Babe was out of town. She had some business to attend to, so and didn't want to leave the pets alone. So yeah,
Mhm.
left them with me. Yeah, so I was shout out Roxy and Allie. Yeah, they kicked it with me all week. Yeah,
They're good though. They're good pets though. They
cool. Yeah. Ariana like Roxy. She came by and saw.
are. And now I know she's gonna be looking like, "Mommy, can we get a dog?" Like, oh, not yet.
let, let her feed Roxy treats. Like she liked it.
Yeah, pets are a lot of work, so that's why we're trying to. Well, Hercules not so much, but
Yeah,
dogs are a lot of work.
dogs
So
are
I'm trying to.
cats
Um,
are pretty self sufficient.
they are. They
Dogs
are.
require a lot of attention.
Dogs are a lot. That's why we're waiting. We've had our cat 9 years. The dog, we're like, we can wait a little bit longer before we get a dog. We can wait a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then mother-in-law had her birthday party. She had
Yes,
to postpone it a little bit. So,
God, yeah.
always good.
We kicked it at the party a little bit. Yeah.
Always good times, like the rain, it only rained for a brief time. Like, and then by the time we
It
got
was
there, the
over by
rain
the time
lifted.
I got there. Yeah, because
Hmm.
rain was long gone by the
Like it
time.
was real quick. Like it literally rained. It did the summer rain thing where it rained for like 20 minutes and then over.
I'm doing like Carl Thomas in this bitch.
When I saw when I looked outside, I saw it rain. I was like, man, it's raining. And Marcus was like, oh, they said the rain would be over with by 3:30. And it sure was. It was over with before 3:30. I said, well, look at the weather, man. I knew what he was talking about. Because that's the worst when you have an outdoor event and then it rains. That's like the worst feeling because then you're like, ah.
Got a few weeks ago. We had to move your party indoors because of the rain. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it
So
happens. Yeah.
yeah, just gotta adapt to your situation when things like that occur.
Right. Okay. Well, where the hell we start then?
Where would you like to begin?
Let's send some congrats on down to Naomi Osaka and Corday.
Yes,
Brand new baby. It's their first
new
together.
parents, new parents. I like it. Mhm.
A tennis great and a rapper. Yeah, for those that don't know who those two are.
Mhm.
Yeah. So they just had their new baby. So a lot of congratulations in order for the two of them.
Mhm. Happy for them. Happy to see the new parent journey and then like them getting the support. Like people have given nothing but like congratulations, and it just seems like they're getting a lot of support because you need your village around you when you have kids. You need your support system around you.
Get that out of the way. And
Mhm.
we'll stay in entertainment for now then. For those that don't know, it's getting real volatile out there right now because if you know, like for about a
Oh
couple weeks
yes.
now, like the writer strike has been going on, the Writers
Oh
Guild.
yes. Yes, we can
And
start this
so,
way. Yeah.
and now they've been joined by the Screen Actors Guild. The
Sad.
SAG AFTRA has joined them, yeah.
After. Mhm.
SAG AFTRA, yeah. So the that's the talent for those that don't know, yeah. So that's your
Mhm.
actors, actresses,
We
that's
know, and we know people on both sides. Like I know. someone who's a writer, who's on the writer side. I know actors, so I know people on both sides.
Yeah,
So
one, yeah, who I
yeah,
was yeah, I'm SAG eligible. Yeah, it's like, yeah, when I was yeah, just I took a step back, so I just never, yeah, but yeah, I was ready to join SAG like some years ago. So
mhm.
I'd be on that picking line right now, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I've seen my SAG friends post on their page, SAG Strong and
Shout out Sherry on.
Tyrion. Yep, exactly. And then Tam also, with one of my other people.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
Wildcat, I believe. Yeah. Wildcat.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just thinking of our people that we know. Yeah.
Union strong. Like unions are strong. Trust. Like I said, I'm part of a union. Not that, but I mean I'm part of a union and unions they
But this is gonna get ugly because the
strong. Yeah.
studios, they like, we're gonna see who's gonna blink and play chicken.
Yep.
Studios are saying, hey, we willing to sit this out for the long haul. Like when they start losing their homes, then they'll come back to the table. Like
Hmm.
some execs are saying, yeah. Because the studios are like, they ready to sit it out. Yeah. Because I think what they want, I had like let me see, like it's about of course, like better pay, like
Better pay. That's
and
like
like
driving.
it's something to do with artificial intelligence because that's changing the industry, and then with streaming, like that completely flip shit. Is like they want because that changed the music industry, and I guess it's changing other facets now too. Like yeah, because the streaming money ain't the same as like physical copies. Like
It's
exactly.
not. It's not.
Like I think they want better. Yeah, we want a bigger cut of that streaming revenue. Yeah, because
Especially you think about with streaming, how many people is sharing one account. Think
yeah,
about it like that.
yeah. So
A
they
lot of people do share one account. A lot of people
why
do.
the studios they not budging on that. They like yeah, like because it's already not that much streaming money as it was like from back in the day, like with buying copies of shit. So they trying to we're gonna see who blinks and shit on this one. Yeah. Because
Mhm.
like the Writers Guild has already been like 70 days, so it's been over a couple months already with
Yeah.
now like we'll see like what happens because that's gonna this stuff that's already out now is not going to affect that like the stuff that's already in the can, yeah,
Yeah.
but new productions is what it's going to affect.
Like Secret Invasion, like that's like a big show that's out like on Disney Plus now, Secret
Yeah,
Invasion.
but you will still see stuff released, but come fall when that new fall season
The
starts,
fall
like
season,
all
yeah.
your shows are gonna be your favorite shows, yeah, they're gonna be on hold. It's like yeah, all your favorite shows. Like even like late night right now has already been like yeah a dumpster fire. Like if you notice you haven't really seen any late night because they have
No.
writers. Like yeah, it's
Yeah.
like yeah Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy
Jimmy
Kimmel and
Kimmel,
Colbert. Like it's like they've been running reruns for the last
Conan.
like
Yeah.
Conan. Yeah, they've been running reruns for months now. Like for the last 2 months now because of that. So it's no
Mhm.
late night television. So you haven't
Because you
been.
think about how important writers are, and from what I read, they said like the average writer, people's like the false thing that you need to get out your mind. Just because you work in entertainment, you are not a millionaire. Everybody who works in entertainment is not a millionaire.
Hold that thought. You keep going because I'm gonna pull up the pay rate.
Let's go there.
I
But
have
I
an
saw,
article with the average pay
please
rate
do. I
for the.
said, but like I'll say what I
I'll look
saw.
for
I
that
saw a
while you do that.
screenshot of what they said what the average writer makes. The screenshot I saw that someone posted on Instagram said the average writer makes about $69,000 a year,
Yeah,
which is
good,
far
good,
from
good
being rich.
money, but far from being wealthy though. Yeah,
69,000 is far from, especially if that's like the main income. Like let's say that you're the breadwinner of your family, your spouse only makes about 30,000.
yeah,
That's like only $100,000. If you got three kids, raising $100,000 for five people, that's not. You can do it. I'm not saying you can't. You can do it, but you're not what people think. You're not going to be on a yacht partying
yeah.
it up.
Like I
You're just
said, it's good money, but far from wealthy though.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. So let's stop thinking that people just because you work in entertainment that you're rich. You're not rich. Everybody who works, like yes, Brad Pitt is rich. Denzel Washington is rich.
yeah.
The big A-list
I'm thinking
actors,
about the actors, the A-list actors. Is like,
yeah,
but let's even think about your regular like yeah,
background actors.
yeah. What
Mhm.
background? I know what they get. Like, they get about
Yeah,
a buck 50 a day, like 150 a day.
150,
It
$200
might
a
be
day.
200 now with inflation because this
Yeah, something like that.
article I have that I'm about to share is like from like 2015 or something like that.
Okay.
So probably with inflation, like they back then it was like about 150. They probably get about 200 a day now, which would put you like in the like 55 range, like maybe 55 if you work every day. Like you
which is
basically like about
essentially what
55 a year.
substitute teachers make about that. I want to say if you're a
Yeah.
substitute teacher, you make about $200 a day. I want to
Yeah.
say. I want to say
Let's
that.
say you work 5 days, that'd be if you work 6 days, like you because Hollywood work, they do Saturdays too. Yeah. So
Right.
that'll, like I said, it puts you about 55K. Like I said, that's a little above average. Yeah. So like that's just if you work every day. It's like background, you don't have any control of it. They call you when they call you, like they say, oh, we don't need you today. You might not, but if you say you plugged and you work every day, it's like, so they're far from rich, 55K. It's like a little above
Julia
average.
Roberts, you see the name Julia Roberts at the beginning of the movie, but the production assistant ain't getting that money.
Like Dwayne Johnson, like he might be getting 20 million, but
They getting 20, 25 million a picture.
Exactly, but not everybody's getting that. And like you forget, good thing you mentioned. It's like you forget about all these other jobs. Yeah, production crew. The cameramen, the boom operators,
boom.
the
grips,
grip. Yeah, you forget about all of that shit. It's like, all of those, all of them are out of work now too. Even though they're not on strike, but there's no work out there. It's like, they're not on strike like all of these crew members, but it's nothing to shoot though. So like they're not getting paid.
Editors are important. They have an important job when you edit.
I call them the unsung heroes, the editors. That's your unsung hero.
Oh, I know about editors. I've seen Marcus edit stuff like editors. It's a lot when you edit something.
And I do basic editing just on this podcast, and it's like it's really just two shots. Me and you, it's two cameras, basically. Your camera and my camera, but I still have to do some editing.
Some editing,
I do minor editing just with this. It's like so I definitely know about the editing process. It's like even though I'm doing like the basics just with this, but imagine these complex Marvel projects, how much editing goes into that. It's like you
gotta shoot the green screen. And you gotta shoot the green screen from all these different angles.
Imagine Avengers Endgame is like the Thanos like the CG with Thanos. You gotta shoot all because like all that is obviously it's not a real person. It's no real Thanos. Like all of that is CG. Right. You gotta edit all of that shit. It's
when Thor grabs the hammer, when the hammer comes, he has to with the hammer. Yeah.
Somebody that's sitting in the studio for hours upon hours, like
click.
Behind it.
And when you edit, it's like you have to click like every microsecond. It's like you gotta microsecond. It's like really, really tedious. Like I said, I've watched Marcus do it before. It's
what people don't realize is like the video and the sound that's separate. Yeah, you like on this track, like I have to like edit the sound on this. Like what we saying right now is like it's not the sound you hear on the podcast. I'll take it like bump up the level, like level us out because let's say like if you're louder than me or if I'm louder than you, you got to level that out so we're the same. It's like like you don't want people like when they listening to like have to like turn it up when the other person talk. You want your to like play like that, so you level. Have to. And I put a little sweeper in there as well too, like on the front and back. So it's like little editing like that. Yeah. Balance our sound and let a sweeper like to end. And that was like, and then you lay that track over your video. So like, like you have the sound in the video, you have to mix that together too in the mixing process. So it's all part of the editing. Yeah.
It's all part of it. So so let's stop saying that these people don't deserve, like I said. So with that being said, let's stop saying people don't deserve their pay. Because for whatever reason, and this is my little soapbox, I'm sorry. No matter what income,
the article ready.
no matter what income you make, and if you can say, because I've been on the side of a strike before, because with my union, we went on strike 4 years ago. When we had the strike with our previous governor, and we went on strike and everything, and there was people saying that we didn't deserve the pay that we got. It was people telling me that they thought we made too much. Because if you look at somebody, if you're only making $45,000 a year and somebody who's making $60,000 a year is complaining about, you're looking like you making 60, you ain't got nothing to say. Like no matter what income, it's always going to be somebody under you who's going to say you were making too much.
We're all privileged to somebody else.
Thank you.
Even if you living in the hood in the projects, like if you're getting SNAP benefits, it's somebody like in some third world country with no food that's looking at you as privilege. Like the government gives you free food. It's like
and shelters and Section 8, like you got shelter and food.
You got house and running water. It's like they looking at that. They fascinated.
They're looking at like that.
You know, like, so everybody is privileged to somebody else. Like, so you keep that in mind, then you stay grounded. It's like
There you
everybody's
go.
privileged to somebody else.
There you go. And I'm looking, I'm like, but if the person, if you're only paying me $60,000 a year and I'm generating $1 million a year to you, to your business, and you only giving me 60,
which is what we've seen in sports. Like I said, when in my lifetime, I've experienced it's like 2 NBA lockouts, a baseball strike,
yes,
and an
that was like
NFL strike.
93.
So like, yeah, 94 is the baseball.
94, there you go. I know it was like in the
NBA
early
lockouts was 98 was the
98.
first one, and then the second lockout was like 2011, I believe. Yeah, that's
because Derrick Rose got injured the next year. Yeah.
And then the baseball was 94 when they went on strike.
Right.
And the NFL lockout was around the same time as the NBA. It might have been the year before 2010. It's like it was around that same time. Remember, both baseball and basketball like shut down around the same time.
Because I remember it.
What the fellas gonna do? It's like,
what's the man gonna do? We were joking. What's the man gonna do?
And then back in the 80s, the NFL had another strike. I'm too little to remember that. I was like it was after the 85 Bears, but so maybe like 87, I think. But I don't know shit about like you don't know what's going. All I remember is that you didn't see like like Peyton and all the regular Bears just wasn't there one day, and it was a bunch of scrubs. That's what idea from like the replacements. Remember the movie came from that? It's from that NFL.
Okay, now I know.
Now you got a bunch of regular motherfuckers out there playing football.
I remember Kareem jokingly said that he was going to go with the club because like he would have been
old enough. Kareem was old enough to like he would have been like he could have been a replacement.
And he said he went to the club and told girls that
I played for the Oh, he was gonna say I'm more obscure because like Bears they might catch you. He gonna say like I play for the Redskins, just like that. Like just like make up shit. It's like well they not gonna know it.
It's gonna be something random. Old enough to be a replacement. He could have been a replacement.
Been in that age group where he could have like actually went and like played for like one of those.
And he was like football player size, so he was like
the Army then big dude.
He was like
in shape. Is like
he could have lied and
he could have been capping. He could have like got away with it.
I remember he said he was going to do that.
My only memories of that 80s NFL strike is like okay where's Peyton and McMahon? And like what are these bombs? It's like it's turn the TV on. There's a bunch of unknowns. Like who the fuck are they? It's like you turn the game on. It's like you don't know any of the players. Like that's what it was like. With all the guys that you know is like that ain't Singletary. Who the hell is that? It's with like that. It's like that's what the NFL strike back in the 80s was like.
But people are complaining about like you making $40 million a year. Like,
I got the article, yeah.
But with that being said, though, it's like if they making,
I say if like
I can give you 40 million. How much am I making?
Sports is like if they can afford to pay LeBron 45 million,
how much am I making?
What the hell are these owners of the team making? It's like if you can afford to pay Steph Curry 45 million, what is the guy that owns the Warriors? What is he making? It's like see exactly
these baseball contracts. Like these baseball contracts be like $200 million.
Facts, yeah.
These baseball contracts be big. Baseball is big. Their contracts, but you think about it. How much money is Reinsdorf?
Reinsdorf, who owns the Cubs? I mean, owns the Bulls
and the Bulls.
Yeah. He owns two professional sports team, an NBA and a Major League Baseball team. So
how much money is he getting?
He owns so that's why cats complain about, hey, we need a big. Without us, it wouldn't be no NBA, it wouldn't be no Major League Baseball. So we need a bigger piece of that pie. It's like I'm not mad at them. Yeah, when you broke, look at it, it's like you making 10 million.
Making this. But if I'm generating
100 million, like 10 million ain't shit. It's like basically
exactly up my ante up my piece of the pie a little bit more. You can give me some more. Right. It's not about being greedy. It's about knowing your worth.
There it is.
And I stand with that.
A lot of its principles that is like,
I stand with it.
Yeah, you making, like I said, we're all, like I mentioned a few minutes ago, we're all privileged to somebody, but it's about principle. That's what it's about.
I stand with my unions.
I'm about to say something that I shouldn't say, but I don't give a fuck. I say shit all the time. Maybe it's time for us to have a radio strike. We definitely.
We've resolved our thing. Like we're in talks with our. Like we were at a standstill with our latest thing, but we've reached an agreement. Now we're working we're working out the details still with like
I
my
said too much, but yeah,
my group.
I was at the station the other day. I had some daytime business to attend to, and like which when I come, anytime Oz comes, I'm like Batman. Anytime you see me out in the daytime, is a big deal. It's like
Oh,
so yeah, so they saw Bruce Wayne, yeah, because I was out in the daytime. Yeah, like, Batman be the Dark Knight. It's like I'll usually just be out at night. So when I came to the station in the daytime, it was a big deal. Everybody wanted to talk. Now, shout out, I had a good conversation with Lil Jon from 106.3 and Lady Red. Like she was hanging out a little bit for that too. So we talked about this kind of stuff. It's like, and I've said too much. I won't give details, but like me and John had a great conversation about radio and like the compensation and all of that, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
So I've said too much already. And we compared it to this the writers strike, now the Screen Actors Guild strike as well too, SAG after strike. I can't even say it. And this is the first time since 1960, by the way, that both of these organizations have been on strike together. So it's a big deal. Like, so that's what 60 years ago, something like that. It's like, overseas,
the last time was like probably like during
Marilyn Monroe was in SAG when it happened.
Sidney Poitier, like people like that. Harry Belafonte and Sidney Poitier.
Like, I read an article that said Marilyn Monroe was a member of SAG the last time. It said Ronald Reagan was like the president of SAG. So he was a president before he was president.
Ronald Reagan, the actor?
Yeah, exactly. Ronald Reagan was like SAG president. Before he became U.S. president, he was SAG president back in 1960.
I only know Ronald Reagan as U.S. president.
All you know
I was little.
President too. That's the first president I remember is Ronald Reagan.
That's the first president I kind of remember.
That's the only first one because you weren't alive before, because he got inaugurated in 81, so you wouldn't remember one before him. But yeah, there might be some after. I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's like some people your age, the first one might be after Reagan, but the first one I remember. Yeah,
I remember Reaganomics being a big deal.
I can't say I remember the Carter administration. I can't say that. Can't say that.
Yeah.
But I have the article I'll share from 2014. I checked the date on it now. Yeah, so now
so like 9 years.
Oh, 9 years ago. These are the salaries. Yeah, Hollywood salaries revealed from movie stars to agents and even their assistants. Yeah, so you're gonna find out how much folks are getting paid. Yeah,
I got some scrippers in there. I see.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Scrippers. And a dinosaur.
A-listers. They say, Robert Downey made 75. Now, obviously, he was Tony Stark and Iron Man. So, no, he was getting paid. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
Sandra Bullock, she made what, like 10 million with Gravity and all of that. So, your film star, that's where you're going to get that's where your big money makers are. Yeah. But they said Jonah Hill, like he took a pay cut, like he's like the SAG minimum, like he got paid $60,000 for his role in Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Jonah Hill. So he's I do remember that. How you said I guess the movie was so fast he and so that's your minimum right there for like if you like a star of like a SAG project was like $60,000. So let's say with inflation, let's bump that to like 65, 70, something like that now. Like typically, if you're gonna be an actor and like you're like a leading man, leading lady, and you're not like Brad Pitt or like any of these like DiCaprio, 25, maybe not them, you're gonna get paid about $60,000 like that. That's what you and like so that's like like remember the dude like look at me, I'm the captain. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's what he got paid, like that, like $60,000. Like, he was unknown, but he still was like a big part of that. He got nominated, so
that's
about what you're gonna get paid. Yeah, agents you're gonna get by between $200K and $10 million, depending on your clientele. Like, obviously $200K is like the lower end, but like if you're like fucking like Tony Stark's agent, like we saw, like
you getting that bread
dollar mark. If you're like if you Leo DiCaprio's agent, you're gonna be Johnny Depp's agent. The $9 million is what Johnny Depp's agent earned. It's like so. There you go.
Brad Pitt's agent is getting a grip.
Yeah. New agents say started around 50 to 65. See, not rich, like I said.
Not rich.
It's like 50 is like your average median salary in America. Yeah.
So with inflation, it might be like 65 to 80 now with inflation.
Yeah. It's about 10 years ago, this article.
So still not rich. So if you're thinking, so just because you're out and you're having lunch with
you're having lunch
with
you're
George
out in these
Clooney.
circles, yeah, you might be making, like I said, like 65. Like I said, yeah. So like you might and think about that if you and like that living in LA making that, yeah,
Oh my
that's not
God.
a lot of
Oh
money.
yeah,
If
yeah.
you're an LA agent, like not like you're an LA
Houseway.
agent, yeah. Like
It's
Chicago,
California
you might be
living.
okay making that. LA, yeah, you're gonna be struggle. Yeah,
California living.
yeah, that's that struggle. California in general, LA in particular, yeah,
LA in particular.
exactly, yeah. So you making
Even
65
depending on where
still,
you live in Chicago, you gotta be careful. Depending on where you live in Chicago, you gotta be strategic.
yeah,
You want to be strategic making that in Chicago.
yeah. Well, let's say like the Chicago, like it's probably closer to the 50, and then like LA is closer to 65, like the average. Yeah, you might get a little more if you're out in LA, but even still, like, yeah, like not you're not rich is the point I'm making.
Yeah.
And now let's look at this. Agents assistants, 10 to 13 an hour. That's like minimum wage.
Minimum
It's like, yeah.
wage.
So if you're the assistant to like Brad Pitt's agent, it's like, yeah.
Basically, you get coffee and stuff, and you
yeah,
make copies and things like that.
exactly. So and they see these people are out of work now. I guess that's the point. Yeah, like the strike
Oh
puts all of
wow.
them out of work too because there's no projects getting done. So like, yeah, you don't need an assistant, you don't need an agent right now. There's no money generated. So yeah, all of these folks are out of work now. So like it's just more than just like the A-list actors. It's like animal actors. This was like Buck from like Married with Children. Like it was like Spuds McKenzie. Like yeah, it get like from like 5K to 108K. Probably like Buck probably got close. Spuds probably got closer to this 108, like the big time.
Mr. Jinx from Meet the Fockers or
Meet the Parents, Jinx. Yeah, like yeah, animal actors. Like yeah, so like yeah, it's like so you like the average ones make about 52. So like yeah. How many people don't even make that much? And like, like if Hercules made like 50 grand a year, like
Hercules.
that.
Now, if I say, can I get Hercules as some acting?
Exactly.
You need to earn some bills. You need to start paying some bills up here.
Exactly. Yes. I'll get Roxy and Allie. That's 100 grand right there. Get Roxy and Allie.
You get Hercules for some acting.
Well, yeah, animal actors are making more than the agents' assistants. That's wild as hell. You think? So where we going next? Cinematographers. Yeah, okay. You get about 5,000 to 30,000 a week. So let's do the math. See how much what they would get. Well, they might list it down here. Let's look before I do the math. But yeah, they just have it per week. Yeah. So like that's good money.
Yeah.
Like cinematographers are very important. Yeah.
Very important.
Because if you don't have no camera, there's no project. It's like somebody got to work some cameras. Yeah.
Cinematography makes a movie look good. Yeah. It's the visual. It's the whole visual aspect. Mm-hmm. Like we always say, like I've always said this, like Belly was not a good movie, but it was beautifully shot. The cinematography was great in Belly. The movie was beautiful. It was beautifully shot.
On the low end, just making the 5,000 a week. Yeah, on the low end, that's like 206 per year. So like, yeah. So yeah, like making like I said, that's that 1%. You like so if you're a cinematographer, you're in that 1%. You're making good money. And that's just on the low end. I even do the 30,000, like the high one. Probably like if you work for Marvel, you probably making like this 30,000 like that.
You making
big projects money. Like that. It's like, yeah, so they're good. So they're paid like the cinematographers. Makes sense. Yeah. Especially if you work in Marvel or like Gravity, they got here. That was what must have been the big movie from back then.
Yeah, Gravity was huge.
Gravity won a bunch of Oscars because of the effects. They won a lot of. They didn't win like any of the lead actors, like none of them, but like all of these like visual effects and Gravity won all. They swept the category because I was watching that Oscars. They won pretty much all of those, like the visual effects. So like like the lead actors went to like other movies, which they do like that. Like weird movies you've never heard of. Like the popular movies hardly ever win Oscars. It'd be like some weird like indie film where they win like best picture and like best lead actor. But then Gravity won all of those visual effects. I remember that. Like so they won like maybe like 10 like 11 like Oscars because like they got all of them visual effects.
Film director,
of course, very important. Like you Scorsese, you're gonna be near this 20 million, obviously. Yeah,
Spike Lee, you're gonna be making the 20 million.
Yeah, so like Tarantino, your top directors. So it's like between 250 and 20 million.
Which McCart's getting that 20 million now. F. Gary Gray getting that 20 million. Yeah.
Oh, what's his name? Coogler,
Ryan Coogler, yeah.
The top ones they gonna get on that.
Antoine Fuqua getting that.
Fuqua, yeah, that's your top directors. Yeah. What's his name? James Cameron. Yeah, like motherfuckers like that. You're gonna get like easily 20 million.
Yeah.
But even like the start, like, if you just on the low end, that's 250K. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So you're still 1%.
yeah. You're making good money. Like, yeah, directors making good. TV, that's film, by the way. I forgot to separate. Yeah,
Oh
TV.
yeah, it's a separate thing.
Yeah, that's for
The
television.
big
Yeah.
screen. That was a big screen. Yeah.
So television, you're gonna get like 25,000 to
Oh.
42 an episode. So still good money. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's 22 episodes in the season, right? I
Yep.
think. Or 25,
22.
something like that. Between 22 and 25 a
Yeah.
season.
Even if
Yeah.
it's like a smaller show, like some shows like Power and stuff have like 10 episodes, something like that. You
Mhm.
still making like over six figures. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
you get 25 an
Easily.
episode, you still making over six. Like even like the
Mhm.
shows with like of like not a lot of episodes. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, but if you're doing a full season, yeah, you making like mid six figures like easily. Yeah. So you get
Mhm.
good money as a television director as well too. Which
Mm.
I worked with some of those when I was doing like the Chicago PD and fire and I was in the pilot for Chicago Justice, but
Mhm.
didn't pick up Ozman, but that's why they got canceled. But we keep moving.
Yeah,
Entertainment lawyer. Shout out Xavier. Well,
we know a lawyer.
well, like yeah, 2 million to 6 million. Like if Xavier was out in LA, he'd be in that 2 million like that. But Xavier got bread. I don't know if it's 2 million bread, but he got
But even it says right here, even first year attorneys can do between
between
135 and
135 and
165.
165. Yes, you just starting. Yeah. So I'm sure Xavier would have. I'm not putting your business out there, but I was
So
making six figures. So yeah.
you're getting to pay off your loans because we know law school is expensive as fuck. We know that. We know it is. Oh yeah.
Okay, here what we're talking about earlier, extras. Like I said, they made 140
Extra.
about during that time. Yeah, extra.
Okay.
Like, you got to wear like prosthetic like so like 200 if you got like for a little bump for like wearing like hair piece or like if you like if you playing homeless, you gotta you like in dirty condition because they have like if you like you see the homeless extras like that. So
Yeah.
like covered in dirt and all of that shit. Yeah, you're gonna get extra pay for that. Yeah,
Mhm.
like the extra 50.
And
So
then challenging condition because in Chicago we get
oh,
we
I'm
get
definitely I was out there in some of those.
we get the 4 seasons in one day in Chicago. We do get 4 seasons in one day in
One
Chicago.
episode of Chicago Fire. I was like, because I watched that scene back, I was like, it was so cold that day. Like that's my memory of watching that. And like anytime that pops up in my memories with some of my, because I have a lot my friends on social media that were part of that scene. We all comment like, only thing I remember about that day is how cold it was.
How cold your fingertips were just
Yeah, it was
cold.
like single digit wind chills. That's how cold it was. Like we were out there for like hours, like maybe like 10, 11 hours that day. So like it was so cold that day. That's what we were like. That's what I
I'm
remember.
sure you guys had to have, those little hand warmer things you get
They
from
give
Walgreens.
you
You had to
hand
like
warmers, yeah. They had like
Walgreens.
the low heating towers, like they have like the like the restaurants, the little heating towers, like with the outside restaurants they had that you stand by like in between scenes. So like they tried
Or
to
like the thing that goes like at the red line when they have the little heated thing around the red line.
those like, but yeah, it was so cold that day. That's what I remember. Okay,
Yeah.
game show host Steve Harvey.
Oh, and then I just saw
the $10 million.
And then I got Sassy and Alex Trebek's name on this article.
Oh, yeah. He was taking home 10 million. Alex had bread.
He deserved it. He absolutely deserved all of that and more.
And shout out Pat Sajak, who's recently retiring as well, too. He was probably getting closer to this 10 million.
Steve, and Vanna was complaining. Vanna said she wants some more money. So hey.
Yeah. Vanna, like she was feeling some type of way about not getting offered the job because Seacrest got that job. It's like she was like, "Hey, I've been on the show for 40 years. How come I didn't get the job?" She felt some type of way like that about them not even offering her. Like, but give her a chance to turn it down at least. It's like they didn't offer. They just like this. So Iron Seacrest, a new job. She's like, "Hey, like I'm here," like because she felt some type of way about not getting offered the job to be the new host and shit. So, yeah. But yeah, James Jones between 1 million and 10 million is what it's saying. So like 75,000 a week, big money. It's like, yeah. So now you see why Steve Harvey be like working his ass.
I see why I need to get on a game show.
Definitely gonna host me a game show, damn it. Even the 1 million on the low end, you're a millionaire, damn it. A million. Late night, we talked about Fallon and all of those guys, and Jimmy Kimmel between 3 million and 30 million.
Oh, they getting their bread.
Colbert, Letterman, Fallon, Leno. Leno's getting 15 million. Look at that shit. But a Tonight Show is like Seth Meyers. Yeah.
And a lot less than the 25 million Leno made before he took a pay cut. He took a
Yeah,
pay
that's when he
cut.
took a
15
pay
million
cut
is a
to
pay
15
cut.
million. That's what he said. That was his pay cut. Jon Stewart was earning 25 million to do the Daily Show.
I wish I had those problems where 15 million is a pay cut for me. I wish I had those. Now I'm sounding like the people like now I sound like that. But I wish that's bread right there. 30 to 30 million.
Mm. Hey, your manager, yeah, between 250 and 300. So they make money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your personal manager, they getting bread.
Yeah.
Even starting new managers, they make about 50 to 60. So cool. Yeah. If you that's good, like starting salary. If you like with no experience, like, yeah. I think that's a good starting salary for like any job. If you're making like 60 grand, it's like that's a good starting
salary. Top partners can pull in 7 figures. Ooh.
Yeah. You're a top manager. Of course, like for network president, yeah, 2 to 3 million. Okay. So
your network press.
Porn star. 120. This is probably your top porn star. I'm sure there's some broke ass porn stars out there.
This is what your average. You say your average. So yeah.
Shout out. I wonder how much Pinky was making in her prime. Pinky Triple X and Cherokee the ass. Like I wonder how much that. Well, Cherokee's on OnlyFans now, so she's probably making still good money.
So let's look at the comparison. Like so, Julia Roberts is getting paid 20 million, and you're making like 100,000.
To pretend to have sex,
and you're
to have actual sex, you're getting paid 120.
Yeah. If you're top, yeah.
That's like if you wanted a top, yeah, because I'm sure some broke ass ones making like 30 grand. Studio chef. Yeah, studio chef, yeah. 5 to 15 million. So yeah. Because like the good studios got the good food on the set. Yeah. They got shout out to Dick Wolf shows. They got good food, excellent food, yeah. Like the Law and Order /
they got the NBC money.
That's one thing I say, like no shade, but like the food was always better on Chicago Fire and PD than it was on like Empire, for example. No shade towards Lee Daniels, but yeah, the food was better. Like on the Dick Wolf shows, it was
like a breakfast buffet.
Yeah, come in, they making omelets because like it was a location that was in our old neighborhood growing. Yeah, they was like as you walk up, they're like making right there, like what'd you like? It's like yeah. They making omelets right there for the breakfast. Like they hooking them up.
Let me get egg white omelet with
white omelet, little green pepper in that, little feta cheese, a
little bit of mushrooms.
Yeah, they hooking them up right there, make it fresh right on the spot. Yeah, they had really good food. That was a Chicago Fire, and they didn't even use me in the scene, but I got some good food, and I still got paid because they decided they didn't even need me in the scene. So got paid, got some good food.
And you got to eat.
Yeah,
sounds like a win to me.
Your producer. Yeah, these are like your money, man. Yeah, like producer, like they yeah. So like 250 to if they gonna make theirs, like yeah.
Still 1%.
250 to 2 million, they gonna get there, but we still now publicist depends on like the lower end you broke. It's like 27K to like 400K. It all depends. It's like yeah.
And that's what Samantha was on Sex and the City. She had her own public relations.
Let's put her somewhere like in the like she's probably making her close to 6 figures for that money. Yeah.
She was making because like she had Lucy Liu and she had people like that as like her clients. So
say she was making over 100K. Let's say like she had bread. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, stunt person.
Stunt person. Yeah.
I think that's a cool. I always thought that was a cool job.
Yeah.
Like the stunt person. I always thought that was cool.
It is cool. Like I've met stuntmen on this, like stunt persons on the set. It's always pretty cool, like chopping it up with the stuff. It's like depending on like, the lower end is 50 and then the high end, like 1 million. Probably if you're doing Marvel, you're gonna get if you're Captain America stuntman, you're gonna get that million. It's like you're on that end. If you're playing the stuntman for Chris Evans, I'm thinking the actors Chris Evans stuntman.
Or if you're like Batman's,
like Christian Bale in The Dark Knight, he like his stunt man is like
he does it. Yeah.
Well, shout out
$389 a day for the stunt work. So yeah.
Shout out Jackie Chan, who was his own stunt man. But...
Yeah.
The SAG after was like $889 a day. So that's a good $900 a day.
$900 a day.
Good money.
My body's too broken to do that, so I have too many
Oh,
injuries.
this is like per film. So like, yeah, so that's good money. It's not a year. Even the low end
Oh,
50,000 like per film. I just read that.
nice.
So you do like 3 films in a year that you 6 figures, like,
Yeah,
two, 3 films, like yeah,
that's good.
good money. So like per film, okay, yeah. Because I was looking like that's kind of low for a stuntman. They do a lot of physical stuff, like yeah,
Hmm.
it's like the low end 50,000 per film. Okay, yeah.
Nice.
You do 4 movies, that's 200K. There you go. See, yeah.
Hmm.
All right, we moving down. There you go. But like the danger with stunt is like, yeah, the injuries are like, yeah, and you risk injury at all. If you get hurt,
Yeah.
yes, you can't work. Yeah.
Hmm.
So that's the danger they're saying about with being like doing stunt work is like the risk of
Hmm.
injury. Like
Like the
one of
Back
the
to the
most,
Future
like
girl,
I
Back
say,
to the
one of the
Future
most
2.
famous scenes is like about saying Back to the Future when they throw Biff and his gang like or Griff and his gang through the clock tower, not the courthouse. Yeah, they throw him.
Courthouse and Back
Yeah,
to the Future Part 2. Yeah.
and you look like the girl slams into one of those columns, the one that
Yeah,
was
you see her leg
the
hit.
girls, yeah. And they said she got messed up really bad over that is what it
Mhm.
was. So yeah, when you
Once
see
someone pointed that out, I could not unsee it
now
now,
you
and now
can't
I
unsee
see
it.
every
It's like yeah.
time.
'Cause I was
I didn't
watching
see
with
it
the
the first time I
commentary and
saw
like
it,
one
but
of the Bobs pointed it out. He was like, yeah, it's like
yeah.
we felt so bad for the said she slammed into that column right there and like we messed up pretty bad right there.
Mhm.
But yeah, so you can't work when you
When
like
you can't
injured.
work when you're injured, you can't work. So
Okay.
yeah.
Voice actors. See why I'm trying to get into this shit. Like it's like for 3,000 and 1 million in that. I take the 3,000 where I'm at right now. You do one commercial, you get $3,000 for that. Like,
That's a good side hustle.
hell
That's a
yeah.
side hustle right there.
Even if you just getting like only 3 to 5,000, like yeah, you may
Mhm.
that's a nice hustle.
If you do 2 ads, you get five that. That's $10,000 extra a
Two
year.
a month is like yeah. If you do doing a year, it's 10,000 a year. Let's say you do two a month and shit, you paid. It's like you do
Mhm.
one a month, you paid. It's like five
Even if you
grand.
do two in a year, that's
Yeah,
still a nice, like having $10,000
extra
extra.
$10,000 in your pocket. Yeah,
That's a
there you
nice
go.
side hustle. That could be a side hustle.
Of course, I got Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
He's getting that 1 million with that voice and shit.
Mhm.
Morgan
I
Freeman.
remember when Queen Latifah was doing the Pizza Hut commercials. I remember her
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
because she has a. I know her voice like when I hear her. I'm like, oh, that's Khadijah.
Shout out Ving Rhames who's doing Arby's now.
Arby's. We
Have the
have meat.
meats. So he's probably getting $1 million for them Arby's
Mhm.
commercials up there.
He's been doing them a minute too.
Yeah, he's been doing them for a while. We
Mhm.
have the meats.
We have the beats.
Okay, TV
TV
stars.
star.
Okay, we didn't get to our TV actors. Yeah, we looked at our it's like 150K to 1 million an episode. It depends on if you're on a hit show. Like I said,
Mhm.
Big Bang, they were getting like 350 an episode.
Mhm.
Like the Ashton Kutcher for like 2.5 minutes was getting 750,000 an episode. That shit is wild.
I think the Simpsons actors are getting like 400,000 or 500,000 an episode, something like
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm. So
They getting a lot per episode. They getting a lot. Yeah.
private chef. Okay, so like if you're like somebody's personal chef, like on the set, yeah.
Mhm.
Some people have their person. I'm sure Dwayne Johnson has a personal set because you pay 75 to 200K. Like Judson, I think probably did something. He was Steve Harvey's chef for a
Yeah,
while.
Judson was rest in peace. He was Steve Harvey's chef for
That he was
when Steve first lost his weight, he credited Judson to helping him lose that weight.
so Judson was getting bread. It's like because
Private
he was
chef in it,
he
yeah.
was Steve's chef like on set like for
Yeah.
showrunners. Yeah, 30,000 to 400K an episode. Great money. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Reality TV.
Not unless you're a
I'm on, yeah.
Kardashian.
It said so either nothing or 200 an episode. The Kardashians, what end they're on. It's like
Right.
they on that 200K an episode in, which they had like a Kardashian in there. Like Courtney and Cam for that show they had, but Courtney and Cam do Miami. You remember that
Yeah,
show?
take
Yeah,
Miami, yeah, Courtney and
they're
Kim.
getting 40 million for that fucking show.
That
Basically,
3-year deal, yeah.
but like if you like you
D-list celebrities
Trump ain't getting shit though. Yeah,
who go on wife swap.
yeah, they wasn't getting shit. Yeah. Like Hell Date, they were getting like nothing. Like Simone and like Kedar and like all of them, they wasn't getting nothing. Simone talks about that. How much they did. Simone talked about that because I'm friends with Simone on social media. She's talking about how she wasn't getting shit on Hell Date, basically.
Of all the reality shows you could have said, you come up with Hell Date. I'm just
on Hell Date.
You said Hell Date. You could say
I
any
think of a
show over
reality show where
anything.
people wasn't getting no money. Hell Date is one I think of. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You're on Hell Date.
So it's a wide range as we see.
Yeah.
Now the good stuff, film
Oh yeah,
writers.
now we getting this is where we at right now. The writers, this is
Mm-hmm.
where we at. So
Mm-hmm.
100K to 1 million a draft is like, yeah. So if a movie generates $1 billion and you wrote it for 100K, like some people look at 100K as good money, but let's say if that movie generated 500 million, yeah, you want a bigger piece of that. You're
Some of
gonna
these
feel some,
movies,
so it wouldn't be no story without you. You're like, yeah.
some of these movies generate like Black Panther generated over $1 billion.
Yeah. If you say if you got paid closer to that 150, you're gonna feel some type of way. It's like, yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
wrote Black Panther. I think I should get a little bigger piece of that shit. So,
Mm-hmm.
so there you go. That's how they feeling some type of way about that. TV
Mm-hmm.
writer like 3 to 6 thousand a week. Yeah, so that's underpaid. I would say like yeah,
Yeah.
especially for a hit show. Like you should get at least like
Mm-hmm.
in a like 5 figures an episode. I said.
Yeah.
Okay, now we get into like the stuff we're talking about. These are like the your crew members like we talk here.
Right.
All the muscle ones like were like talent and staff. This is crew. Like these are the ones
Right.
doing the unsung heroes basically like we talk
Mm-hmm.
about. Animation 200K, art director 134. I'm gonna rush through these. Our assistant art director 101. Award show producer 300K. They getting paid, okay.
They do.
Best boy 92. Body double. I've done some body double work. Yeah, and that's about right. 30 grand. That's
Mm-hmm.
about right. Yeah. I was body double for crew was on Chicago Fire.
Okay.
The bald head, the big eyes. So like, yeah, it's kind of yeah, I've done some body double work. So
Mm-hmm.
that sounds about right. 33K.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Boom mic. Okay.
Boom mic operator 87. Chauffeur
Okay.
56. Your camera operator 96, good one. Carpenter 61, costume the supervisor 91. Shout out Mikey was getting paid there. Yeah,
Okay.
it was like he was one of my students in IMS, so he was somewhere between 79 and 91. He
Who's your
did the
costume?
Empire. He was part of
Right.
costume, so yeah. Craft services that's food again
That's food.
74. Dog handler, for your pet actors. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
dialect coach. I mean 54. Yeah, so dialect 125. Editor 95. There's your editors right there. So yeah.
Yeah,
I think they're a little underpaid.
I do too.
Fire safety 73, first assistant, Foley Jaffer. I'm gonna read some of the hairstylist 77. Okay.
Okay.
Makeup 100K.
Okay. I can see
Music
what you're
mixer,
saying.
that's a good, yeah. They 110, 111, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Novelization, that's like when they do like the book version of your script and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Prop master, but yeah, that's where we at. Yeah, so that's all of them.
Yeah.
Like that's 2014. That article. Yeah.
So as we see, how many people were actually millionaires on the list?
Exactly, especially as we got past like the what they say like under the line. Let me see like yeah, where it's, I think that's the actual phrase below the line. Yeah.
Below the line.
Because it's like two different because like yeah, this doesn't mean that they're less than you. It's just like I call it like what the more politically correct term to me is like crew members. Is what I call it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like talent and staff. That's like yeah, the talent, agents, etc., producers, right? It's talent, staff, and then crew. That's what they call it. But
Right.
they call it below and above is what they call it in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Like the below the line, like all like none of them are millionaires. There's someone's making six
Right.
figures, but then it's like the
But a
body
lot of them didn't even crack
and
six
the body
figures.
double
A
making
lot of them
33,000. I'm just saying, it's like so, yeah, so you definitely got to have another job if you like somebody's body double. You're gonna have to have another job, yeah, because you're making 33,000, yeah, just body double.
You're not supporting your family.
You're definitely gonna need another job besides body doubling. I'm just saying.
So it's not millionaires. Everybody who isn't.
And like all these people are out of work now that there's a strike going on between the writers and the actors, so like they're all out of work. So
yeah, and you think about the writers, like think about your best jokes, like your favorite part in a TV show or on a movie or whatever. Everybody has a line that like they love from a movie or TV show. Everybody does. Someone wrote that.
Tell Jimmy he can't hide.
Alan didn't come up with that. Well, which McCall came up with? Ain't nobody coming to see Otis.
It's like came up with that, it's like yeah, like that is like yeah, if it's an ad lib, but typically like yeah.
But for the most part, I just had to make fun of that. But for the most part, it's like it's somebody writing this material coming up with this. They're writing these jokes. They're writing these one-liners. They're writing this, and yes, the talent is important because the talent brings that vision. Because words on paper, like we always say, anybody cannot act. Like that's a false thing to say because
I just to see your lines with feelings. Yeah,
anybody,
you know somebody who says that, but
anybody
I
just
highly
can't act.
disagree as somebody who's been like to auditions and on set, like as an actor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I disagree
It
with
takes
that.
more than just I cannot see a thing. I am doing. It takes more than that. You just can't read your lines.
Hmm.
You gotta be able to act, but without the writer, you wouldn't have anything to read.
Yeah.
You wouldn't.
Yeah.
So it is a good thing that the actors and the talent are joining forces with the writers, and now they're like, your move now.
Putting some pressure on the studios and see
Your
like
move. Paramount, Disney Plus, Amazon,
Warner Brothers,
Warner Brothers.
yeah.
Well,
20th Century Fox, like all of
20th
these
Century
studios.
Fox, yeah.
They
So I
putting the
think all
pressure
the
on.
production
Yeah.
companies. And when they release a production company, with their CEOs, like what they make, I'm like, oh shit. Like when I was looking at their salaries, I'm like,
Pixar, yeah, I'm just naming all of them. We look
y'all
at all
getting
these,
bread.
yeah. So
They had somebody on their yacht saying they had screenshots of somebody on their yacht. Like, this is the person who says that the actors or they say that the writers are not, but we can't give the writers more money. And meanwhile, you're on your yacht.
looking like Leo DiCaprio on Wolf of Wall Street when he was like
throwing the money out. You're on your yacht chilling in the Mediterranean.
Facts, yeah. But
so
that article is from 10 years ago. I say give all those salaries a little bump because of inflation.
Bump because of inflation,
Yeah. I'll say like a 10% bump or something like because of the last.
But we know with inflation, everything went up because cost of living is high as shit.
Inflation has gone up way more than
more than what the cost of living.
Typically, it's about 2% per year, but these last
inflation at one point got to 10%
because of COVID. That's why, after
last
COVID,
year it got to 10%.
Way up, yeah.
I think maybe we're back. That went down some now because if you look at
inflation rates, they've gone maybe like 6% now, but
maybe 6 or 7 like that. But at one point it got to 10%. We were like, what the like 10%? Inflation not supposed to be more than 3%. It's supposed to be between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And it got to 10. So
what that means for those that don't know, for all of my non-economist folks, that just means that your money is like inflation means that your money is 10% less valuable now than it was a year ago. What the 10%.
Mm-hmm.
So
like if you have a dollar, it's 90
dollars
cents.
Only worth 90 cents now. Yeah, that's what inflation. And imagine that happened every year. Then next year's 80 cents. Next year's 70 cents. See how fast it adds up and shit. In 5 years, your dollar is only worth 50 cents. Like think about that. That's what, if the inflation rate stays high like that, that's how, which is why a candy bar now costs like $2 and it cost a nickel when our parents were alive.
I'm telling you.
When our parents were like kids or whatever, it's like,
why was I like, why at Walmart earlier today? And I'm like, why are candy bars $1.32 at Walmart? For a regular ass size candy bar is over $1 at Walmart.
Even in our lifetime we've seen, which is why a quarter bag of chips 75 cents now because of inflation. It's like, yes.
That used to be the big grab back in the day. Remember? That was the
big grab was $1 back in the day. Now that's like what, $2
back in the day.
Like $2 almost, something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Big grab.
These chips are chipping. Like even like the regular, like the big bag of chips now on sale is $5.59 for a regular bag of chips. Yep. Now on sale.
That's not even the family size. Family size, you're gonna pay like $7 for.
Yeah, $6.99. Easy. Yep. Easy.
That's inflation is because of that, and why that bag cost like $1 back in the day. It's like
I knew stuff was an issue when I went and bought breakfast, like when the pandemic was like still ongoing, and I went out to get some stuff to make us just breakfast. I spent $40 on breakfast foods, just on eggs, bacon, salt, like just
remember
breakfast foods. $40.
Remember the great egg crisis from last year when eggs were out of control. They've fallen back down to like somewhat normal. They're still a little bit up from where they were, but when eggs were like $5 for a fucking before.
Yeah, Aldi eggs was like $3.50 at Aldi.
For a dozen eggs, they were like $5.
At Aldi. And Aldi's supposed to be the cheap place.
Yeah. But that's because of inflation. which is why, yeah, I remember back in my day, I remember when gas prices was 79, 89, and 99.
Yeah.
99 for premium. Yeah, I remember that.
When I first started driving, well, not first, when I got my first car, I'll say this. When I bought my first car, gas was about 150 a gallon when I bought my first car. So that shows you how long I've been driving. It was
And
about
I remember
150.
when it was 79, and this is Indiana prices. So even in
Yeah.
Chicago, it probably
In
was still
Chicago, it was like 150
yeah.
when I first
I remember
started.
79, 89, 99 when I first got my first car in
It was
Indiana.
150. And, then when gas got to $2, it's like, oh, $2. Oh, what's that? Hey, $2. Now, if I saw some $2 gas, I would.
Yep.
I was
Now gas is like around $4
it's
average.
around $4, give
Come
or
back
take.
down because it went up way high at one point, like a year or two, like maybe
It
2
was
years.
like almost $7
Yeah, now it's
at
come
one
down to
point.
about 4. Yeah, and during the pandemic, it had dropped to like under 2 again. Remember that? Because nobody was driving. Yeah, so gas was like under $2 at one point. Yeah, like
I was filling up like, oh, okay,
yeah,
thank you. I feel like, okay.
filling up for like $10. You're like, yeah,
I like this $15 fill up.
yeah,
I like this
$12 fill a tank up. Yeah, nice. I remember those.
I just cry for the people who had like huge SUVs. That's who I cried for. When the gas went up, I'm like, man, you got Escalade.
It had gotten so bad that some people like because they have it, some people have their card where it's like it's only authorizes up to like $100. So it would cut off at 100 and you still wasn't even full. It's like I know somebody that did that. Is like they said that hurt my feelings when they cut off and I still wasn't even full. Because like it's because like when you like swipe your card, like say with the authorization, sometimes like only authorizes the 100. It won't just go all the way to the cut. But typically 100 is like more than enough to like fill up a tank. Like yeah, for years. But like with that authorization didn't even like fill it. You still have between 3/4 and a tank and a full tank.
The highest that got for me to fill up, it was like over $70 for me to fill up my car when we were at the height of the gas crisis. And I'm like,
well, yeah, somebody I know definitely said, yeah, man, that hurt my feelings when they cut off in 100 and
yeah. It hurts.
They probably had to raise the authorization to like 200 during that time because that 100 wasn't going to cut it. It's like,
but once again, like we said, not millionaires. So give them people their money.
Yeah, especially because guess what's about to happen now? It's like Hollywood is not going to stop. It's like, yeah, guess we're about to get a whole new wave of reality TV because like it's unscripted and there's no actors. Yeah. And we're gonna get and plus we're gonna get a lot of maybe some international shows, yeah. So they can bring shows that are already produced over there. So you might see like the next Benny Hill and shit on the air like that. Yeah.
Oh,
bring shows like that. Or like
I might watch that because I mean I liked Benny Hill as a kid.
Bring a British show over that's like that's popular over there that we just never heard of over here, and it's like okay, yeah, what's this? It's like. Like Doctor Who, like back, and that's how that ended up. Because another British show that was imported. Like, Doctor Who is still on the air, by the way, too.
It is.
It's been on for like 40 some years. It's like this show been on like over 40 years. Like I said, Doctor Who ended his 43rd season. I was like, this shit is still on the air. I had no idea. That shit is still on the air now. So that shit must be popular.
So it might be in another reality. Like who wants to win the lottery while marrying a 90-day fiance?
I think that's how this last reality we're gonna get another season of Flavor of Love. Flav is back.
Oh God, no.
Flav is back, boy.
No.
We're gonna get Flavor of Love revisited, boy.
We don't want it.
Well, if they bring New York back, they have like
some
of the same people.
Leave her where she is.
She's all old and dusty now too. Yeah, still thinking she's fabulous. She's all old and crusty now.
No, let's not bring back no more reality dating shows. The Bachelor and the Bachelorette is enough.
But we're gonna get a whole new wave of reality. It just especially don't bring back Hell Date because they wasn't getting paid. Definitely don't bring back Hell Date. Hashtag don't bring back Hell Date.
Well, I'll be watching a lot of sports. Well, sports will be starting back soon. So
yeah, that's what. So sports will be We right now, if you're a baseball fan, you got baseball. Yeah, NFL will be starting in about a month and some change, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I watch
a
football,
little bit after that, yeah.
but I really watch basketball, so I'm counting down for fall.
Not excited about these Bulls, but that's another conversation for another day. You get ready to wrap up, not another damn podcast.
Yes.
Definitely appreciate you. We got a whole episode out of SAG after. That's like, yeah.
But that need to be talked about. That needs
Because
to be
yeah, as an actor, yeah, like I'm related to all of this, yeah. Like yeah. And you and Marcus used to he was on editing, so we
yeah.
both connected to that industry basically.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get a reality show, kid. There we go. Yeah. So there we go.
I need more than nothing though.
Yeah, more than next to nothing. I need more than that.
I need my 50,000 episode.
Get my Kardashian money on. You want to
I
give
want
us
my 50.
you want to like us? You want to support not another damn reality show. Come on. Let's go. Maybe that's the name of the episode. Not another damn reality show. Yes. I'm feeling it. Let's go, kid. Let's shut up before I said too much, giving our ideas away.
Yeah, don't steal it. Don't steal it.
Matter of fact, yeah, forget what I just said the last 30 seconds. I should beep it just see me saying I should beep that part in. You want to give us a like the episode. Not another damn podcast. Also subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms. I'm talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha? YouTube and your Amazon Alexa devices. And speaking of Amazon, they got me on Prime Day. Got another Alexa device. Hey, they always get me. But you can also follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. You know how I do it.
And you can check me out at MSIMA8626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SERHULLEY1 on Twitter, SERHULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs, and for your video production needs. Check out straightgullyproductions.com.
I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We will talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.